Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Boring.
I'll put on the mixtape, boys.
It's a god of beat, and you can dance to it.
Kazi no yo ni hayaku.
Japancast.net.
Japancast のビデオエピソードへようこそ。ひとみです。
Poru desu. This is Japancast episode 67. I wasn't sure.
Your face. Yeah, 67.
Okay. Well, you have the notes, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's a Happy New Year.
そうそう、明けましておめでとうございます。今年もどうぞよろしくお願いします。
So, do you have a Happy New Year? Yeah, me too. You see here, this is my Christmas present here.
Yeah.
It says TEQ.
No. No.
Sure
No, it
does.
doesn't.
TEQ.
No, it's カタカナ。
Okay.
Is that カタカナ
Mm-hmm.
とよた。トヨタ。
Yes. This is the logo that was on. I had a 1977 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40, and this is the logo that they used to use back in the 70s on the Toyotas.
I don't see TEQ で。
I do. Do you guys see it? Do you post on Facebook if you or on YouTube? Do you see it? It's TEQ. TEQ.
It's トヨタ。
Anyway, so for the new year, we're working on some new stuff. Working on most likely a subscriber donator only site. We'll keep the regular site. We'll keep doing all this stuff. All this stuff will be free as always. Yeah. But like a little bonus thing for subscribers. We're working out all the details, so I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be. And welcome to all you guys who are new. I know it's a new year, so we generally pick up a lot of people who are trying to learn Japanese, who find us because that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. We're not your typical like Japanese lessons here. We try to focus on stuff that you're not going to learn in a high school or college or...
Right. In other words, we're not too serious about anything.
No, we'll cover anime, manga, big giant robots, whatever's going on in Japan, cultural things, fun stuff. A lot of it comes from you guys, the audience. You send in suggestions of stuff you'd like us to cover, and we cover it. But it's definitely not your typical boring class. Anything else you want to talk about? Mm-mm. Cool. All right, well, let's get this show started. Up next, we have Culture Corner. But before we do that, speaking of donators, I wanted to thank all you guys.
Hi.
It is your support that keeps us going. Every dollar counts. So thank you guys. And as always, donators get show notes and...
I just said a bunch of show notes.
Someday...
Yes, no, I did. I caught up.
That's part of the New Year's thing we're working on, is a more efficient show note system. And $20 or above donators get once a month Skype chats with you, one-on-one.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about doing for other donators too, some little things.
So if you'd like to donate to the show, support us, you can go to jcast/donate. And for those of you, again, just joining us for the first time, it's jca.st/donate. It's our own URL shortener. There's no .com, just jca.st/ and then whatever the thing is I'm hawking at the moment. All right, let's go to Culture Corner. You're up.
そう
Yeah.
明けましておめでとうございます。今年もどうぞよろしくお願いします。So, in Japan, we send and receive New Year's cards.
I don't think I've ever sent a New Year's card to anybody.
Because you guys do Christmas cards.
Right.
Not New Year's cards.
Right.
But, yeah, in Japan, because we're not really Christians.
But you do celebrate Christmas.
Well, in a different way, more like a
Right,
party. But anyway, so in Japan we send and receive New Year's cards, and then we usually write the phrase I just said a minute ago. 明けましておめでとうございます。今年もどうぞよろしくお願いします。So, 明けましておめでとうございます means, do you know what that means?
Happy New Year.
Right, Happy New Year. That's the expression. Yeah. 明けましておめでとうございます Happy New Year. And then the second one, 今年もどうぞよろしくお願いします This one,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know kotoshi.
今年
Yeah.
means this year.
Ah, okay.
今年も
So
also this year. よろしくお願いします You know, you hear this all the time. よろしくお願いします
Yeah, that's a
よろ
great
しく
phrase again. Newcomers learn that phrase.
Yeah, that's again. This is one of those phrases that cannot be translated like
Right.
easily. It depends on how you use it when you use it.
Right.
But this 今年もどうぞよろしくお願いします probably means something like best wishes or something like that. But it literally means like please come to me again this year.
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically.
That's why you cannot translate directly.
Doesn't really
Doesn't make any
make
sense.
But
And if you do it in the reverse, if you take English and translate it literally into Japanese, it's not going to, a lot of times,
Right.
not going to make any sense. So don't try to learn Japanese by dictionary memorizing this English word means this in Japanese. It's not going to work. You'll have a bunch of vocabulary in your head, but you won't be able to make sentences. Sorry.
So yeah, 今年もどうぞよろしくお願いします。So 明けましておめでとうございます。今年もどうぞよろしくお願いします。Those are the two phrases we usually write in our New Year's cards.
Cool.
はい。
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Awesome. Well, cool. So what do we have next? We have some vocabulary and bonus listening comprehension. Cool. All right. But before we do that, thank you to Audible, our sponsor. And again, if you're new here, if you like podcasts, check out Audible. Our link to them is jcast/audible. You can sign up for a free trial, get a free audiobook. I highly recommend grabbing the Pimsleur
Yes.
Japanese. Make sure you get the comprehensive one that includes all 5, I believe, of the first basic lessons because it only counts as 1 credit. But they also have it split out into each individual lesson, which also counts as 1 credit. So if you're going to just use it to get a free audiobook, get all 5 or 6 or however many they give you. And you can cancel anytime. You don't have to, you're not
No.
obligated. I have it. I love it. I listen to stuff all the time.
Yes.
So, all right. Up next, we have vocabulary. So, we have vocabulary,
単語
Mhm.
はい。
and I'm going to be doing the English.
So vocabulary that related to New Year. はい。じゃあ、the first one. 新年
New Year.
新年 So 新 means new. We have kanji, new. 年 is year. So 新年 New Year.
I'm going to interrupt and ask, what's the difference between that and atarashi?
新しい Oh, that's just a different reading.
Okay. Is it the same kanji?
Yeah, same kanji.
Okay.
Shin, it's a Chinese reading would be shin. Then 新しい means, it's a Japanese reading.
Okay.
Kun reading.
But it's
versus on reading.
same kanji. Okay.
Same kanji.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
新年. And then next, 年賀状.
New Year's card.
年賀状.
So nen year, ga is particle.
No, it's
No,
not
it's
a
not?
particle.
Oh, it's a kanji.
Yeah, 年賀状. It says 状 usually, if I see this kanji, I immediately think about some kind of correspondence like a card or letter. So nengajo, some kind of paper, document or something. So nengajo means New Year's card,
Okay.
right? So that's what we write and receive. We send and receive nengajo. Next, hatsumode.
First shrine visit of the new year.
はい。hatsumode.
Okay.
This hatsu, this kanji means first. はい。And mode means basically to pay a visit to shrine.
Okay.
hatsumode.
One of these days we have to cover the priests from the shrines who go around and you give them. Isn't it they give them rice?
Oh, that's
or
a Buddhist.
Buddhist thing.
Not sure.
Maybe we covered it before. I can't remember. We've been doing this now for 6 years,
Yeah.
so we're good on time.
はい。
So first shrine visit of the new year.
Yeah. So we go hatsumode, the first day of the year. はい。And おせち料理。
Osechi ryori. Okay. Specially prepared New Year's food, beautifully arranged in lacquer boxes. Many of the delicacies inside are named in hopes for the family's health and prosperity.
So this is a special dish we eat
Okay.
on New Year's Day. About 3 days, like first, second, third, or fourth.
Is that what Groupon got in so much trouble for last year
in Japan?
Yeah,
probably,
I heard about that.
おせち料理.
Yeah, what happened was, I think the people didn't understand how Groupon worked, so they put out a Groupon for this, a restaurant did, and they had just like 1,000 people ask for their thing, and they couldn't fill the order, so they were putting together really terrible versions of these. Like the picture and what you got was zenzen chiga.
Yeah, usually, if you go to a restaurant and you see. But America's pretty good though. You see a picture on the menu and then what you get is pretty similar, but in Japan it's usually not.
Well, in this case, though, it was like things were missing, and the portion size was tiny.
Yeah.
So it was a big mess.
Yes, I think it was osechi ryori, New Year's dish, special
Okay.
New Year's dish.
Okay.
So ryori by itself means dish or cuisine.
So food, not plate, not sada. It's not a plate.
No.
Right.
Ryori.
We say dishes.
Oh, no, not the osara, no.
Right.
It's actual food. Okay, the next, ozoni.
Ozoni? Rice cake and vegetable soup.
Ozoni, that's what we eat on New Year's Day, just like osechi ryori. So it's the traditional food, ozoni. And then next, otoshidama.
New Year's gift. It is money given to a child by parents, relatives, or visitors.
Because we don't get Christmas presents, but we do get otoshidama, which is money from our parents or relatives or visitors.
That's why we don't ever visit anybody on New Year's. I'm not giving you any money.
You have to give little kids. If you see little kids, it's kind of nice to give them little money. And then next, kagami mochi.
Mochi.
Mochi is rice cake.
Right, so 2 rounds of rice cakes
Oh, sorry.
of mochi with an orange on top. Some of the
Kagami mochi
are presented with kelp, lobster, and dried persimmon. Kagami means mirror, and mochi means rice cake, and the rice cake is shaped like a flat, round mirror, and that's the reason why it is called kagami mochi.
Right. Yeah, if you get show notes, I'll try to put picture of this kagami mochi.
Or if this is working, I'll have one right
Oh,
behind
maybe,
us.
yes.
Or if you're looking at just a green screen behind us, then it didn't work.
So, yeah, kagami mochi, that's a decoration. But we do eat this rice cake later. But, okay, kagami mochi. Kagami, mirror, and mochi, rice cake. Next, kadomatsu. Kadomatsu.
Decoration consisting of bamboo and pine branches, symbolizing longevity and prosperity.
Right, that's again another decoration we put out.
Okay.
outside of the house. 門松. It's pretty. And then next, 羽根つき.
Kite flying.
No.
Traditional. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Traditional Japanese badminton-like game. It's not badminton.
It's not.
Okay.
We use like a
Paddle.
yeah, right.
Okay.
And then it's like a badminton thing. Like what do you call those things?
Birdie.
Eh?
Shuttlecock.
Right, shuttlecock. Yeah. We do have our version of it, and then we kind of go back and forth.
Okay. I've never even heard of that.
Really, it's girls usually play with by girls.
Okay.
Boys can
interesting.
play too.
I've never seen it in any anime either.
Really?
Yeah,
it's
never.
a very, very common thing.
Huh.
I did that. I played.
Okay.
It's fun.
All right, how are we doing on time? We got a couple more minutes.
Okay,
so-
羽根つき. Okay, traditional Japanese badminton-like game.
Okay.
たこ揚げ.
That's kite flying.
Right, taco. It's not octopus. It's kite.
And excuse the noise. The refrigerator just turned on.
You forgot to
I forgot to-
it?
Yes.
Okay. So, たこ揚げ, kite flying.
Mm-hmm.
And then another game, コマ回し.
Dreidel.
まあ
No.
similar.
Spinning
to
top.
that. Yeah, spin, yeah.
not
And this is drink. Yeah, コマ回し.
Mm-hmm.
Top, コマ回し. 回す to spin. コマ回し.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually boys do this.
Okay.
And then next, すごろく.
Child's dice game. It's a traditional board game.
We do have this. すごろく.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. And then next one, 福笑い. This is another game. 福笑い.
Similar to Pin the Tail on the Donkey.
So you close your eyes or put your like a blindfold
Mhm.
and then try to put eyes and nose and then mouth.
Okay. You got about a minute and a half.
Okay, はい。福笑い.
Okay.
And then next, 福袋.
Grab bag or mystery bag.
Yeah, 福袋. New Year's Day, people go to store and buy this. Usually, you get like.
Yes. Although Woot, I've heard they have really good stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes people will just randomly get picked to get like a brand new TV.
Really?
Yeah, $5. Yeah,
Wow.
Okay, let's keep going because we're gonna
Okay.
run out. So
Okay, that's about it.
okay. Well, let's take a quick break so we don't run out of time, and we'll come back and finish this part of the lesson. So,
はい。
and look at that, we're back. Okay, so let's finish it out.
Right. So one more thing. 新年の抱負. 新年の抱負.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah. 新年の抱負. So if you have written your New Year's resolution, I hope like at least one of them is related to like Japan or Japanese language.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. And yeah, because a lot of new stuff coming up this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning on doing a lot of stuff like kanji lessons,
Yes.
adjective lessons,
Mm-hmm. That's good.
yeah, and te form lessons. That's a tough one, te form.
Mm-hmm.
And then verb conjugation lessons, and of course J-pop, J-rock lessons, new ones, and sentence pattern lessons.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a live lesson too. This one comes with live lesson, sentence pattern lesson.
So again, if you're just for the first time joining us, as we said, we don't do typical stuff. So
You
J-pop,
can do fun
J-rock
stuff.
lesson to learn Japanese by listening to your favorite J-pop song.
Yeah, and live chat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, thinking about doing that. So
Cool. All right, and now we have for those of you who are more advanced, some listening comprehension. So
な
go right ahead.
はい。じゃあ、リスニングコンプリヘンション。皆さんの大晦日とお正月はどうでしたか？私たちは大晦日はポールの妹と一緒に晩ご飯を食べたり、映画を見たり、ゲームをしたりして過ごしました。 皆さんは午前12時まで起きていましたか？私は10時過ぎには寝ちゃいました。ポールも寝ちゃいました。1月1日はポールの両親の家で晩ご飯を食べました。とても楽しかったです。皆さんの新年の抱負は何でしょうか？ぜひ教えてください。
Cool. All right, so let me see here. All right. Up next, we have our continuing special segments with Terrence Walker. And for those of you who are new, please go back and check it out. We did an interview with him. Terrence is very well known for doing his own anime. He all himself. He does everything. He does animation, voices, everything all himself. But he also goes around the world teaching that. So up next, he's been giving us some videos each week to talk about some things. So we're going to show him. But before we do that, I wanted to thank Busted Tees, our sponsor. They're having a $10 t-shirt sale.
Yeah.
And actually, I was checking it out, and I got a 20% off coupon, too.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm going to get that. If you like the kind of shirts that I usually wear, this isn't from Busted Tees,
No.
but the style of shirts that I wear, Busted Tees has some awesome stuff. Just head over to jcast/tees, and that'll take you right to the $10 t-shirt sale. So let's take a look at what Terrence has for us this week.
2D or not 2D? That is the question. And when it comes to creating anime, especially making your own work, it is a very serious question, one you're going to have to think about. You see, there's two types of anime being done, and they are basically 2D and 3D. By and large, the most popular form of animation created in Japan is 2D traditional hand-drawn animation. For the most time, it has been drawn on paper by people with real pencils in the real world. Over time, they shifted to using Wacom tablets and other digital techniques, but it's still drawn. It is still a person's hand actually creating and sketching images, which are then inked, and then they're colored, and they're ready to go into a final production. But that is just one method of production. There is also 3D, and when I say 3D, I don't necessarily mean the very realistic or very detailed type of 3D animation that you see in Pixar movies. I'm talking about 3D animation, but it's done using a technique called cell shading. What this means is that the render, rather than looking realistic like many of the 3D movies we're used to, like Beowulf or Final Fantasy, it instead looks almost the same as traditional hand-drawn anime. A good example of this would be the Appleseed feature film. Appleseed has a somewhat 2D look to it, but it is completely 3D, even uses motion capture of real human actors to get some of the motions down, but the final render has a very 2D appearance. Now, why would you need to think about this? Well, there's two reasons. First would be whether or not you can actually draw. Second would be the speed at which you can draw. You see, hand-drawn animation is built on the speed at which an artist can draw each individual frame of an animated scene. The only way to make it faster is to add more people or add more time. The thing is, there are other ways to achieve this. For example, if you build a 3D model of a character, this character can end up looking the same as a 2D anime character, and rendered with a cell shader, few people would necessarily know the difference. But the speed that you gain by being able to pose and move this 3D character allow you to create anime very fast. It also depends a lot on what you like. If you very much love drawing and love 2D, then you most certainly want to go with 2D and plan accordingly. If, however, you want to move at great speed, you're a good 3D modeler or a good 3D animator, you can use these tools and still get the look of 2D animation. And you can see good examples of this with my Ultimate 3D Model Bundle at www.studioartifacts.com. These models are the ones which I used in my films when I created, and they look and feel very much like 2D anime characters, but they were created originally in 3D. So there are many ways in which you can go about creating the work that you want. You can check that out on my website and see how it can help you on the road to your own creation.
Okay, so obviously for me that was really interesting because I do 3D. Are you reaching for candy? Because I do 3D and I really like what he's done. And Terrence actually was one of the pioneers in doing 3D animation as 2D cell style animation. I remember when he first came out with his very first one, and it was all over all the magazines and websites that I read. Like this, look at this stuff. And now, as he was talking about, a lot of them, like Miyazaki, even though he's traditional, if you look at like Sento Chiro no Kamikashi, there's a lot of 3D in that. Even though it looks like cartoon, there's a lot of 3D animation in that. So it's really cool that he's making some of those resources, those assets available. So head over to studioartfx.com and check out all of his stuff. And thanks again to Terrence for giving us these awesome videos.
どうもありがとうございます。
So you had something to say before we finish out the show? What do you have there?
今や
What kind of candy
こ
is
れ
that?
ね、ロシアのチョコレート、
Mm-hmm.
ロシアのキャンディー、ロシアのチョコレートで、私の友達、ロシア人のヘレンというお友達からもらったんですけど、すごい美味しいの。
So you're a fan of Russian chocolate?
すごい美味しい。ほら。
All right, so if you're a viewer out there in Russia, you want to score points with her, send us some chocolates. All right, and before we finish, I wanted to thank all you guys who clicked on our Amazon banner over the holidays. It really helped us out a lot. If you're new here, all you have to do is go to japancast.net, and there's a little Amazon button. It doesn't do anything. It's not going to do anything to your computer or anything. All it does is takes you to the Amazon homepage, but it lets them know you came from us, and then whatever you buy, we get credit for. So it doesn't cost you anything. We get the bonus. It's a win-win situation because you were going to buy stuff there anyway, so why not? So even, we know a lot of people out there are on strict, tight budgets, and they really can't afford to donate money to a goofy internet show, but you're buying stuff on Amazon, so why not just click through and it helps us out. Anything else?
No.
Well, that's it for our first show of the new year. I hope you guys had a great new year.
これ美味しいんだよ。
And hopefully we'll be doing some more cool stuff this year, some more fun stuff. We'll see. Send us your suggestions or emails, and head over to Facebook, jcast/face, and like us there, and you'll find out what's going on.
はい。
All right. See you next time.
じゃあまたね。
Japancast.net